Thank you so much for listening to the Pregnancy Loss Podcast. I hope you enjoyed the episode. I created a guide on 20 ways to celebrate your angel baby. It gives you 20 amazing ways to celebrate their birthdays or ways to just remember them on any given day. If you want to download it, head over to valenweb.com/resources and click the link. I hope you guys have a great week. See you next time. Hey mama, I'm so happy you're here. I'm sorry my episodes have not been coming out on time lately. I am bogged down, guys. Just, you know how our grief is just always there, and some days it's heavier and some days it's not. For me, during the holiday season, it's kind of like, I've said this before, it's like it's an overarching theme in our lives and it's always there. But I feel like during the holiday, it's dense and it's heavy, and I'm like swimming through it just to try and make it to January. So if you're feeling that way, you guys, it is okay. It sucks. It blows, but we're going to get through it together. So today I wanted to, since it's the holidays, and not just for the holidays, but when you lose a baby, there are very few things that will bring you comfort. There are very few things that will give you moments of, okay, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. Very few, just very few. I'll just say that. Very few anything to make us feel any certain way other than devastated and aching and just wanting our babies back. But I wanted to do 15 must-haves after pregnancy loss. If you're new here, I'm so happy and glad you're here. And at the same time, I'm very sad and I'm very sorry that you're here. I lost my baby 4 years ago now, and I started this podcast to help moms like us. And I try to make it lighter than how heavy it really is. I'm trying to help you hold some of that by giving you a place to be where you're seen and validated and loved. So let's talk about 15 must-haves after pregnancy loss. And these are things that people can get for you. You can order them. You can get them in a grocery order, or you have them at home. I mean, however you need to get it. You know, if you have all those well-meaning people being like, oh my God, what can I do? Like, I want to help. Give them this list. Put this list out. And I'm not joking. As a postpartum doula, I leave a notebook out for my clients. Sometimes it's hard for us to ask for help. And when there's a notebook, they can just write what they need. It's easier to communicate that way. So just an idea. Number 1, your favorite drink. I don't know what it is, like having a huge tumbler filled with ice water or iced coffee, or if you need your hot coffee or hot tea or your matcha, whatever special drink, whatever brings you some sort of joy. That, if anyone asks you what you want, be like, can you grab me my favorite coffee or tea at my favorite place? Or even a gift card if you don't have time to go, but that'll give me, not having to worry about money getting my favorite drink. And it's a gift. This gives you somewhere to go to get out of the house. And your coffee person doesn't know you lost a baby. Unless, of course, you're there every day and you talk and they knew you were pregnant and all this stuff. And if that's the case, go to a new place. Check out a new place where nobody knows you. You guys, it's invigorating. It's so nice. You don't have to explain yourself. You don't have to do anything. Just order it, sit down, or jump back in your car. So that's number 1. Number 2, your memories. Okay, so these are the photos that were taken, trinkets and little gifts, any little tangible thing that you can hold to like grieve and mourn. They always brought me comfort. My friend Beth bought me this it's like it's a pillow, and it was the weight that Evelyn was. It's one of those weighted gifts that, so I could hold it. I could sit in my chair and rock and hold it and cry and things like that. And it helps healing. Number 3, EXCEDERIN Extra Strength, whatever. Disclaimer, I am not a doctor. I'm not prescribing you anything, but I'm saying go to your Walgreens or CVS, Walmart, get your EXCEDERIN Extra Strength or whatever. If you're more holistic, get something else that you would use. But the crying, all the crying hurts so much. I don't think there's a word to explain the pain of the crying and the headache and the puffy face and the puffy eyes and the drooling coming out of our mouths when we're crying and blabbering. Oh my God. Blubbering, that really, the guttural cries and screams. Like, it takes a lot out of you, and it also helps the pain in your body that it causes. Totally. Definitely need that on your list. Number 4, a journal and your favorite pens or pencils. My sister-in-law, Rachel, when Evelyn died, bought me this beautiful leather-bound journal / diary. And it had this beautiful tree of life on it. And she bought me these beautiful floral pre-sharpened pencils. And since then, I have been obsessed. And that is what I give to families after they lose a baby, to the moms. You'll need a way to express yourself, and writing is the safest and most effective way to get your feelings out. And you can do it sitting down or laying down, and you can take it with you wherever you go. And if you don't like writing, use the voice recorder that has been on your phone since the beginning of time. I do that all the time. I record all my affirmations and all my goals and dreams out loud on my voice recorder to listen to, because I love my voice. We all like, our brains listen to our voices, right? We trust our voice. So you can do that. Number 5, a really nice candle to burn in honor of your baby. I found this is something that a lot of lost moms do, and it brings comfort. You light it, and if you're religious, you'll pray with the candle. If you're not religious like me, you just use it as a way to connect with your baby. For me, it's like it leads her back to me. It's the light that she can follow to visit me. But it's also just, I like the wick ones, the sound of the wick burning. And it's like, if you listen to the other podcast episodes, when I said make a safe space, so like this would be in your safe space where you get to talk to her, your baby, and it's comforting, and especially if it smells really good. But maybe don't make it a smell that is your absolute favorite, because then you'll think of this every time. It'll be connected to this memory. Number 6, a comfort outfit that you can wear any time of day that you're okay to go out in public in. For me, I wore my maternity dress because it was the most comfortable. And if you have a most comfortable outfit, get it in 2 or 3 colors. And if you can't afford to, just have the one. It's fine. You'll spend a lot of time going back and forth for the first couple days and weeks. This will help you you don't have to decide what you're going to wear. You just know. And it takes that overthinking and an extra decision that you don't have to make. It looks good. It feels good. That's what I mean. Trying to make things easier. Number 7, a therapist. Self-explanatory. If you need help finding one, reach out to me. I will find you a therapist that takes your insurance so that you can get help. Or if you don't have insurance, we can find places that do sliding scales or offer free services. They're out there. You just got to find them. And sometimes we need help, and that's okay. That's why I'm here. Number 8, a comfy blanket. This time of year, Costco has many of them. I just bought one. But again, it's a comfort item. You hold it, you squeeze it, you rub it in your hands. It's an extra layer of comfort and safety and support. Number 9, a tight bra to suppress lactation or to pump. If you're going to suppress lactation, some people like to pump and donate. So whatever decision you make, obviously don't wear a tight bra if you're going to pump and donate and keep your milk coming in. Number 10, a quiet, private place in your house that you can go to mourn loudly. Don't underestimate the sneaky grief that comes up and then the way we have to mourn. Sometimes it'll scare you when it comes out, like the screaming and crying and anger and things like that. So I used to curl up on the floor in my walk-in closet with the door closed. So for me, you walk into the bathroom, close the door, and then you could walk into the walk-in closet and shut the door. So I had like 2 doors. I could lock them. They could still hear me downstairs, but just not as loudly. But cry. Have a place you can go when your feelings are overwhelming and you feel that urge to run away because you just can't believe that this is happening and that this has happened, and that denial stripped away and you realize what's happened. Grief is crazy, guys. It makes our brain crazy. It makes us feel crazy. You're not. But I definitely had that urge to run away so many times. Find a safe place you can go. And then make sure you tell people like your boundary, like nobody's allowed in here. This is my place. Or, if it's like a bathroom or something and somebody's in there, be like, you know what, I need it right now. And just make sure you tell them, like, when I tell you I need to be in there, you need to go because I need to cry or whatever it is. Number 11, your favorite snacks and food. Preferably a meal train will be set up for you by lovely friends or family members or your doula. That way you don't have to worry about feeding yourself. But again, if somebody asks you what they can do, tell them to put a grocery order in for you and have it delivered. And have somebody make a list of your favorite foods if you just can't do it yourself. It's okay. Or order it on DoorDash. If you don't have people around, guys, don't. If I'm talking about it in a way you're like, oh, that must be nice because I don't have support. Guys, my husband was on a deployment when my daughter died. I did have a beautiful military spouse community. I was very blessed. But before that, when I had kids, my 2 before, I didn't have support. I had 3 friends. But we lived far away from each other, and it's just a mess. You know what I mean? DoorDash if you need to. There's nothing wrong with DoorDash. Number 12, books on loss and grief. You can always get them on Audible from your library for free, or they have like my app through my library. It's called Hoopla. But there's so many free books you can get, or you can buy them off Amazon or go to Barnes & Noble, grab a coffee, grab some books, get out of there. Another thing, I don't know if I've ever said this, but I used to wear sunglasses all the time because I was always crying. My eyes were always puffy, and I didn't want to make contact with anybody. That's so allowed. Just wear them put them on your head. So when you're walking around somewhere, you can wear them if you need to, if it makes you feel better. Number 13, find a local support group in your area that you can go to or attend virtually. PSI is a really wonderful resource, and they have so many support groups, guys. I plan to start my own locally. There will be a virtual component for people who want to come that aren't in the area, but if you need help finding one, ask a friend, ask a local doula, be like, listen, I just lost my baby. I really need to find a support group. Can you help me? There are so many people who will help you. You just kind of have to ask, even if it's uncomfortable, okay? But being with a group of women or men or dads and moms who are going through the same thing is so helpful. That's something that I really wish that I had. And so I know it's helpful, obviously, from other people, but also because I know how healing community is. Number 14, a list of friends or people you can call when you need someone to be with you or just listen to you. Make this list as soon as you can, write the phone numbers with it. And that way too, if you're with just your husband, like, can you please call so-and-so? I just really need them here, or I really would love them to be here with me. And then he can just look at it, dial the number, easy peasy. Okay. But these are people that you trust, people who will sit with you, not give you unsolicited advice, and just make you feel good. And number 15 are walks. You need to get outside. And of course, you just had a baby. So slowly, not too far, but getting outside not only gives you movement, hopefully it'll give you some sunshine. If the sun shines not out, you'll still get some rays and some vitamin D in there. Bring a water bottle to get some water in. And those are 3 of the 4 most important things you can get. And then get a good night's sleep. But getting outside just to move your body a little bit, stretch your arms. I love to go on my back porch when the sun's out and I sit there and I put my face towards the sun with my eyes closed and I just soak it in. But these are 15 things that I definitely think you need after losing a baby. And I hope this list helps you. Make sure to check out the show notes on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, wherever you are. There's a lot of resources in that. And then also, if you could please share my podcast with somebody or share it on your Facebook or your Instagram with everybody. I'm really trying to get this podcast to grow and expand and get other moms who really need help. If you could leave me a comment, a review, and if you have questions, can you please put them in the comments? I will answer them in the next episode whenever I get it. And yeah, just please share it, comment, leave me a review. Let me know how you're enjoying the podcast. And if there's anything that you want to know about and learn about in the loss space or the motherhood space or mental health or marriage or friendship, just let me know. This is our podcast, guys. We will do with it whatever we want. We'll do whatever we want in this podcast. I love you. I'm here for you. Again, I am not joking. If you need me, reach out. My email is just pregnancy-loss-education@gmail.com. Take care, and I'll see you next week. Welcome to the Pregnancy Loss Podcast, the place I created for moms like us. Pregnancy loss is all-encompassing and creates an overarching theme that runs through our lives forever. We have to learn to live with and beside the grief of losing our baby. We have to learn how to live again, how to parent again, how to engage and interact and be social again, how to communicate effectively to connect with our spouses and significant others. We have to find who we are now. I'm here to empower and inspire you to live a life even with our unique circumstances. We cannot change what happened, but we can grow and use that strength and resilience to create a life that we love. I'm here to share everything I know about grief, motherhood, loss, marriage, friendship, and parenting. I'm here to encourage you to find the beautiful side of grief, the side where we don't have to isolate ourselves or suppress the need to share stories, the side where you have moms just like you to support and encourage you, the side where we become the best versions of ourselves, not in spite of our loss, but thanks to it. Pregnancy loss is devastating, but it can also be an opportunity to reflect on who we were and who we want to become. So join me every Tuesday for a new episode on the Pregnancy Loss Podcast. Let's jump in.